before we go down into how he got arrested and the story started popping out and all that. Before we go into the main issue, I need you guys to understand that there is somebody in the background that Rachel spoke of. And this person has been receiving videos and messages from Andrew. Whenever Andrew is doing his thing, he makes videos, he takes pictures, and is in constant communication with a particular person. All right? Now, Mr. Ben says he's not the one. But then you know what's funny? The video that came out on the internet, some of the confidential videos that Andrew shared with him, it's just him. No other person is coming out to say that, oh, Andrew sent me this type of video. Now, Mr. Ben is trying to wash his hands off the matter now. And his own narrative is a two-way thing. And I need you guys to follow me. It could be truly that he was trying to be security conscious. And that's why he didn't say anything about Andrew's escapades while he was still alive. It could actually be that maybe he was actually trying to protect himself so he doesn't get into trouble. Or it could be that he was an accomplice after all. Because, I mean, if you think about it, something is not adding up. Something is definitely not adding up. Now, fast forward to when Andrew got arrested. Now, how did the Celine and Afiba case go down eventually? So they weren't able to, their people weren't able to reach them anymore. And before you know what was happening, people started making inquiries. Afiba's husband started looking for her. What's going on? The Miss Blessing in question, who's supposed to be this woman's friend, right? She fled from Port Harcourt to Abuja. And it's tricky because now that the police has been involved, if you know she's in Abuja, why is nothing happening? No investigation is taking place, nothing. But before we get down to that, here's the situation. The parents of these girls filed reports to the police station in Abia State because that's where this particular incident went down. The parents filed a report to the police. The police were so uninterested, they didn't even want to move a muscle. As a matter of fact, at some point, the whole thing started falling back on the girls, saying that, oh, they feigned their own kidnap and they're trying to implicate this, man, Mr. Andrew, making him look like the victim. So they didn't want to do anything. But eventually, their people pressed and even involved a higher authority. And when they were asked to release the files of Mr. Andrew to a higher authority, the police station in Abia State, they were not forthcoming. They didn't want to, but they eventually had to, with some necessary arrangements made. It was also realized that when he was in the station, he wasn't even living like someone who's a suspect. He was treated well. He had his phones, he was online, he was active, he was texting and sending videos and sending stuff to his friend Ben. Now, here's the thing. Why was the police reluctant? This is where the police comes in now. We're going to be talking about Nigerian police. When they eventually found out that, when they got the report that this is what is going on, what did they do? Now, it will interest you to know that when the police eventually got down to Mr. Andrew's house to, arrest him, he didn't want to open the door. He didn't want to open the door. But one thing led to another and he was able to be convinced and he eventually opened the door. But before that, Andrew was talking with someone while inside. Mr. Ben. He was talking with Mr. Ben when the police was at his door. So he eventually opened the door for the police after Ben had spoken with him. You can't tell me that it's only, a lot of people have every reason to think this way, that it's only, oh no, surrender yourself to the police. And he agreed. Someone as psychopathic as that? No. He definitely told him something that would have given him the mind and the morale to say, okay, fine, let me open the door. There must have been some other plans. There must have been some other things that he was told. Don't worry. Probably something like, oh, don't worry. It's all settled. I'm going to talk to so-and-so person. I'm going to talk to so-and-so person. You'll be out in no time. Just follow protocol, lay low. Everything is going to be fine at the end of the day. Because why, if you're not part of what he's doing, if you actually show that you're not in support of his activities, why are you the first person he calls whenever he's in trouble or he has issues or whatever thing that he's doing in his good times, his bad times, why are you the first person that he's calling? And you actually want us to believe that you're innocent. A lot of people right now do not believe Mr. Ben is innocent. I'm just voicing their opinion. So that's the thing. And finally he opened the door, the police took him. They searched his house and found the things, phones, handbags, things belonging to Selena and Afiba in his house. But the girls were missing. And there is no updates about their whereabouts till now. So tell me, why wouldn't people think that he's into harvesting? Now here's another tricky thing about Mr. Andrew's friend, Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben, when asked about the harvesting issue, said he wasn't sure that Andrew was into that he knew his friend had issues, but he never thought, or he does not believe that he's into sorry, can I cut that? But he would not believe, or he couldn't believe that his friend, Mr. Andrew, was into harvesting. He didn't want to believe that. Still trying. It was almost looking like he was trying to defend him in most of his interviews. It was looking like he was defending the man or trying to face everybody's focus and attention on the Nigerian police. You had a role to play, even if it's to be anonymous and give information anonymously, right? You didn't try that. You waited. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. Like, everything he's saying it sounds sus. Because you could have spoken up a long time ago, but no, you decided to keep quiet until this whole issue is blowing. And it's looking like he's trying to do damage control. That's another thing you can call it. He's trying to exonerate himself by looking like the good guy who's trying to say, the good guy. He's not even acting like a friend right now. Because if he were really a friend, he'd still be trying to, fix his friend or even save him before he was shot, so that their cover won't be blown. But no, he's snitching. That's what it is. He's definitely snitching. All right, so back to our story, right? So the police, we're talking about the Nigerian police, and a lot of people have been able to see, both from outside the country and within the country, how messed up the system is. It's actually enough to worry. Like, it's enough to cause worry. Rachel, everybody's listening to Rachel now because of how far the matter has been blown. All right? When Rachel complained to the police, they didn't want to do anything. So now everybody's finding out now that the police somehow have been in line, whatever it was he was doing. They're trying to cover up for him. Because tell me why I would lay accomplice. Police is my friend. That's the motto. Their motto here in Nigeria. Police is your friend. If the police is my friend and I come to the police station with a problem. Oh, look, this man kidnapped me and did this to me. I escaped. The first thing they should try to do is investigate, not trying to collect money from the victim. Rachel made mention of the fact that they tried to collect 200,000 naira from her before they would do anything. Where is she was looking battered. There were evidences that this girl was coming out from hell. And the first thing they do after looking at somebody like that, looking all skinny and almost close to the grave, they're telling her to bring 200,000 naira from where? It's scary, disappointing, and really sad that our law enforcers would be in this kind of, mess. It's twisted. It's horrible. And obviously why Andrew would have gotten away with a lot of shit he did in the past. So now, I want to tell us Afiba's